Hello, Princess on a Pillow here. I am here to do a review slash recap along with my opinion on Love After Lockup, Season 4, Episode 3. It's titled, Don't Track Me. I don't like that. One person said that. One person had an issue with being tracked. No, the title should be Bad to the Bone, because all these inmates, they're bad to the bone. Okay, let's get started. First couple is Taylor and Chance. Okay, so we pick up where we left off. Taylor picked up Chance from prison, and they're driving to Taylor's house. In his confessional, Chance said that Taylor's twin sister, Bobby, has not been pitching in, and he's going to put a stop to that. Now, this man has been in prison. How does he know that Bobby has not been pulling her weight? How does he know that? Because guess what? Taylor told him that. See, you can't tell people things and then expect them to get along. She wants them to get along, but still, yet she's telling Chance bad things about Bobby. So that's where the friction is coming in. Anywho, Chance said that he lives here now. When they get home to Tyler's house, Chance says, I live here now and I have the authority. I said that, I don't know if it was the last episode or 2 episodes ago, I said that Chance was going to get out of prison, go to her house, to Taylor's house, assess the house, the car, the furniture, the TV, the laptop, access all she has and claim it for his own. And that's exactly what he did. He said this is his house now and he's the authority. The nerve. This home belongs to those 3 little girls and Taylor and Bobby. Where does he come in talking about now it's his house and he's the authority? I tell you. I knew that's what's going to happen. Chance is bad to the bone. He said, I'm the authority up in here. Bad to the bone. So Chance walks into the house and his energy is different now. Now when he meets Bobby, he's thanking her for helping Taylor, with the kids, babysit the kids when she has to go to work or whatever. And he says he wants to be a part of the family. Before in the car, in his confessional, he was saying that, he's going to put a stop to her not pitching in and helping out. And as soon as he walk in the house and see her, now he's like, oh, thank you for helping out. Which is it? I know what it is. He's the type of person that have all this talk behind your back, but when it's time to confront you, he has no heat. That's his problem right there. In Bobby's confession, though, she said she knows that Chance has been saying he wants her to move into the garage and she's not been pulling her weight. Now, how does she know that? She knows that because Taylor has been telling her what Chance has been saying about her. See, Taylor is wrong. She's putting them against each other, but then she expects them to get along. She tells Chance that my sister just got out of jail. I'm taking care of her. She's not working. At the time, she probably wasn't working when she said that to Chance. And then on the other hand, she's telling Bobby, Chance wants to move you into the garage and he doesn't think you're pulling your weight. So she's putting them against each other. And all it's going to do is cause problems for her. I don't know why she's doing that. Immaturity, that's what it is. She's immature. So Chance meets Taylor's daughters. And the girls, they're happy to see him. They're happy to meet him. They put makeup on him. They put nail polish on his fingers. Okay, later on they have dinner. Excuse me. And Chance is worried about Bobby being in the house and them not having enough privacy. But they don't have any privacy anyway because they have 3 little rambunctious girls running around the house. So they still have no privacy, even if they get rid of Bobby. So what should have happened? Well, the next scene is Chance wants to get intimate with Taylor. But there's no privacy because the 3 little girls are running around the house. What they should have done for his first night on release, they should have just went to a hotel. And Bobby is there so she could babysit the girls. That's what they should have done. Because now he wants to get intimate and there's no privacy. So what do? They go into the closet. In his confessional, Chance said that Taylor showed out for him, but he was not able to return the favor. What kind of crap is that? Okay, if down there, has been satisfied and it's no more operative, well, you can't use it anymore because it's been satisfied. Or you still have your mouth and your hands and your fingers. You better help her out some kind of way. What do you mean you couldn't return the favor? See, that man is selfish. So I can see the type of relationship they're going to have. Taylor's going to be the one doing all the giving. Chance is going to be the one doing all the taking. And Taylor will never be happy and satisfied. Because why couldn't he return the favor? As long as you have a mouth, you got fingers and hands. I might be gross, y'all, but I don't understand why he could not return the favor. That's not good. That's wrong. Taylor, please get rid of him. So later on, next scene. Oh, my alarm is going off. Okay, so later on, next scene, Chance claimed that they did finally have sex, and he said it was awesome. Taylor said it was good. Good and awesome are two different words. They don't mean the same thing. Awesome means fantastic, wonderful, amazing. Good means okay. She will never be satisfied. This man will never be able to satisfy her. So Chance is happy not to wake up in prison. And Bobby is feeling like the third wheel. She goes into her room and shuts the door. And if I was Bobby, I think I would want him to go ahead and build up the garage as a bedroom for me, so I can have my own little area, my own little space. That's what I think I would do. I think that was a good idea. Now I think it was a good idea. So later on, Chance and Taylor, they go to pick the girls up from school in a wagon. And when they get home, they play ball on the lawn. And the next scene is Chance, Taylor's friend got Chance a job. But he has to be able to drive for the company. And he found out that his license has citations on it. So he's all upset and he's all annoyed and he's all flustered and impatient and getting upset. He's trying to look up his driving records online and he's just defeated. One thing, and he's defeated. He's defeated because, this is crooked. He's defeated because they're saying he has citations on his license in 2018, and in 2018 he was in prison. And he's just totally upset and defeated, talking about, I try to do good, I'm trying to do my best, and nothing is going well for me. Now that type of mentality is the type of person that have that type of mentality is the type of person who thinks things should just be handed to him, and he shouldn't have to work for what he needs. He thinks should just be handed to him. Talking about, I try my best. Every time I try my best, something bad happens. So you try your best, and bad things happen. So you're just gonna run out there and rob, right? That's the mentality. You got to work hard for what you want, Chance. Things aren't just gonna be handed to you every single day of your life. The job that Taylor got for him was handed to him, but one little hiccup, and he's ready to throw in the towel. That's the end of Chance and Taylor. Chance is no good. She need to get rid of that fool. Anywho, the next couple is Rick and Ray Dean. Apparently, Ray Dean has gotten out of prison and she's been in the halfway house for 2 months. Rick said he has not been able to see her. And then Rick said Ray Dean is getting furloughed to have Thanksgiving with her family. So Rick is on his way to the halfway house to pick up Ray Dean and then to take her to her dad's house for Thanksgiving. When he gets to the halfway house, he hugs Ray Dean and kisses her. And Ray Dean, the drugs messed up her teeth. The drugs really messed up her teeth. That's what I'm thinking. That's what happened to her teeth. And she's wearing a wedding ring. And she's hugging him and he's hugging her and he's kissing her. And she says, he's trying to stick his tongue down my throat. Relax. Come on. Chill out. And I don't blame her. That was inappropriate. And nobody wants to see that. So, Radine tells the camera that she is wild and she will never change. See, bad to the bone. The woman just got out of prison and she says, I'm wild and I will never change. That's bad to the bone right there. Instead of being humble and said, oh my gosh, I was in jail for 5 years. I've had it with jail. I got to do better. I'm going to turn over a new leaf. Instead of saying all that, she goes, hey, she says, I'm wild. I'll never change. She said once she slapped her brother and almost stabbed him with a broken broom handle. She said she went to jail for assault, and that was nothing. Bad to the bone. Then she said she went to jail for a high-speed police chase. That's bad to the bone. Then she got caught with meth and has been in jail ever since. Bad to the bone. She said it's not fun being good. It's boring being good. So we know where Radine is going to end up. It's boring being good. So they're in the car and they're driving to her father's house for Thanksgiving meal. And her phone rings. And next thing you know, she takes the phone out of her crotch. And she says that they're not allowed to have a phone in the halfway house. So that's where she hides her phone, in her crotch. And stupid Rick is making jokes. Ooh, I wish I was that phone. He's a disgusting old man. Stop it, Rick. And I'm older than he is. Stop it, Rick. He's jealous of the phone because the phone was in her crotch. Oh, that mercy. Talking about he's jealous of the phone. So anyway, she answers the phone. And whoever is on the phone, she's saying, yeah, I'm on my way to my father's house. So we know it's not her father and her stepmother. And we know it's not her brother. She says, yeah, I'm on my way to my father's home. And then she talks to the person a little bit more. And then she goes, wait, before she gets off the phone with the person, she goes, I love you. Who is this person? We know it's not a relative. Like, what? And she's doing it right there in front of Rick's face. Bad to the bone, man. So then when she gets off the phone, she tells Rick that was Kay. And in his confessional, Rick says he knows about Kay. He says Kay was her bunkmate in prison. And they used to play around a little bit. Play around with each other a little bit. So Radine tells Rick that Kay and her are dating. And apparently she's told him before that she's bi. And he's understanding. Well, she told him she was bi, and he's thinking that him and Radine will be together, and whenever she feels the itch for a woman, they'll just get a woman and then they'll get rid of the woman. That's what he thinks bi means. As far as I'm concerned, bi means that a person is attracted to both sexes. And they can fall in love with a woman, they can fall in love with a man. That's what bi means to me. But to Rick, bi means, oh, I like women, I like men, but every once in a while I'll just, go mess around with a woman. To him, in his mind, that's what bi means to him. So Radine tells Rick that, Kay is my girlfriend and she's not going anywhere. Because he's thinking, but she's in prison, so where the hell can she go anyway? In his confessional, Rick said, of course she's not going anywhere. She's in prison. And that was a good one. That was a good one. She can't go anywhere. Kay can't go anywhere. She can't mess around with Kay. Kay's in prison. And then Rick tells Rick tells Radine that he wants to start a family, but he's not going to start a family with 3 people in a relationship. Rick is 50 years old. What kind of family is he trying to start? Oh, he's 49, but by the time, might as well just call him 50. Just round it up to 50. You're 49 already. I bet you you're closer to 50 than 49. So let's run it up to 50. So he's 50 years old. What kind of family is he trying to start? I think Rick, that ship has sailed. No family for you. No. So Rick thinks that a Thanksgiving meal will make Radine change her mind about being bi or about dating Kay. And then later on, him and he after the Thanksgiving meal, he can go get him some. Anyway, the next scene is they arrive at Radine's father's house, and the brother answers the phone and hugs her. Is this the brother she tried to beat up? Or she did beat up? And went to jail for assault for her? Anyway, they hugged each other. I guess you can forgive and forget when somebody beats you up, when your sister beats you up with a broomstick. So Radine, she hugs everyone. And then later on, you see her and her stepmother in the kitchen preparing the meal. And they're talking about Rick. And Radine says she has a lot of love for Rick, but she doesn't want to rush into anything with him. This man's already talking about having kids. Maybe you don't want to rush into anything with him. He's already rushing talking about kids. So the stepmother asks her if she will be able to juggle both Rick and Kay. And Radine told her that she can handle both Radine. Radine told the stepmother that she can handle both Kay and Rick, but can they handle her? Of course she can handle it because she's getting love from two different people. So she'll be all right. They're the ones that's going to be, oh, Radine is over with Rick right now. I'm on the outs. Oh, Radine is over there with Kay right now. Rick's going to be on the outs. So can they handle it? Because she's fine. So, Radine's phone ring and it's Kay. And Kay, she's FaceTiming them and she meets the mother, she meets the father, she even meets the dog. And then Rick is sitting there looking like, oh, so they know about Kay. And he feels blindsided, like they know about Kay and I didn't. But you knew about Kay. I guess he didn't think it was that serious with Kay, so for Kay to meet the family. I don't know what his problem is. But Kay is in her life. Don't he understand that? What doesn't he get? She told him, she's my girlfriend. So I guess he's upset because the family seemed to know that Kay is the girlfriend. Well, you're the girlfriend. Kay's the girlfriend and you're the boyfriend. You either decide if that's the type of relationship you want or that's not the type of relationship you want. I mean, it's up to you. Anyway, Kay is in jail, so he really has nothing to worry about. I don't know when she's going to get out, but for right now, he has nothing to worry about. He has Radine all to himself. That's the end of them. Next is Kevin and Tiffany. We see Kevin at home. He's drinking hard liquor and smoking cigarettes. And he's pissed that he drove 4 hours to pick up Tiffany from prison and then was told that she wasn't getting out. And he doesn't know when she's coming home or why. He doesn't know anything. So he's kind of annoyed about that. So then he finally gets a call from Tiffany. And he asked her what happened. And she said she got in trouble and now she's being punished for it. Now you mean to tell me, how many years did she do? Maybe 5? She's in prison. And she's being paroled early. I would be ecstatic. But no. This girl decides to get herself in trouble on the day she's supposed to get out of prison. What? Who does that? I'd have been on my best behavior. Somebody could punch me in the nose, punch me in the eye, beat me up. I would just sit there and take it so I can get up out of there. I'll be out of there and they'll still be in there. I'll be out of there bruised up or whatever, but they'll still be in and I'll be free. Do whatever to get the hell out of there. No, she decides on the day that she's supposed to leave prison to misbehave and get punished. And her punishment is she can't leave that day. Idiot. I guess she really didn't want to get out. She really wanted to stay. That's what it is. Some people think they can function better in prison than they can on the outside. I think so. So she's on disciplinary hold. And she says she's devastated. How the hell are you devastated? You know the rules of the prison. I'm pretty sure they tell you the rules. You disobey the rules, you get punished. What are you devastated about? You must know if you break the rules, you were going to get punished. So what is there to be devastated about? If I go rob a bank, I'll either get caught or I'll get away with it. Most likely I'm going to get caught. Okay. So I got to put in my head that, okay, if I get caught, I'm going to go to prison. So when I do get caught and go to prison, I'm not going to be devastated because I knew that this could have happened. Right? How is she devastated? Like, I don't understand her state of mind. So anyway, she said she's going to the halfway house. She tells him she's going to the halfway house in a couple of days. So Kevin asked her, what happened? He asked her, were you beating up bitches? And automatically, that's what I thought happened. I thought she got into a fight, you know. She tells him that she got in trouble with her girlfriend. She said they got caught in the middle of something. You mean to tell me that's why you got in trouble? You and your girlfriend touching each other? And you got delayed, what, 2 or 3 days from your release? Because you and your girlfriend was touching each other? Or doing things to each other? So Kevin said, damn, you couldn't wait? I agree with him. You couldn't wait to come on the outside? I'm pretty sure you have friends on the outside you can touch and do things with. So he says, am I still coming to get you? And she says, I don't know. I don't know means no. Because if she wants him to come get her, she'll say, yes, please come and get me. She goes, I don't know. That means no. He said, you know what? I'm coming to get you, is what he tells her. I'm coming to get you. Then she tells him, I'll call you back. And then she hangs up on him. She is bad to the bone. Tiffany is bad to the bone. So the next scene, Kevin and his friend Brady, they're hanging out at some cigar bar, I think, and they're drinking liquor and smoking cigars. And apparently, Tiffany is already at the halfway house, and she leaves the halfway house in 3 days. And she does not want Kevin to come and pick her up. And he's like, what? Why? He's telling Brady, I don't understand what happened. We've been talking and everything was good. Everything was going great. And now that she's getting out, she doesn't want me to come pick her up. And I don't know what's going on. Is what Kevin is telling Brady. And when somebody don't want you to pick them up from prison, we all know what that means. It means they have someone else to pick them up. Right? Kevin told Brady that Tiffany told him that she has another ride. Of course. If she's saying, I don't know if she come pick me up, that means she already has someone to pick her up. And she tells him that we can meet up later and hang out. And he's like, hang out? I thought this was my girlfriend. I thought you were coming out to be with me. You're talking about hang out. And you don't want me to pick you up anymore. What's going on? So Kevin is like, he don't know what the hell to think. To me, that does not sound like she's your girlfriend, Kevin. And it's a good thing you still have, what's that girl named? Layla? Is his crazy ex-girlfriend? Good thing you still have her. Or Kayla, Layla, whatever. And now these damn producers are so freaking messy. They show 13 miles away from where Kevin and Brady are, Tiffany's friend Curtis is at a bar playing pool with a female friend. And Curtis tells the female that Tiffany went to federal prison for 5 years and she's about to be released on parole. He said 2 weeks ago she reached out to him and he's going to go pick her up from the halfway house. In the confessional, Curtis said he has known of Tiffany for 15 years. He said they met right after high school. He said they never dated. He said she was popular and he used to chase her. He tells his female friend that when he picks Tiffany up, she's going to come spend the night with him. He said before Tiffany got arrested, she had ghosted him. He said he found out she was in prison when she created a new Facebook. He said after she created her new Facebook, she messaged him and told him that she missed him. And everything took off from there. They started talking. So I guess she was messaging both Curtis and Kevin at the same time. And she decided to go with Curtis. Maybe Kevin said something to turn her off. Who knows? But she's choosing Curtis over Kevin. She liked the K's, don't she? And then the scene goes back to Kevin and Brady. And Brady's advice to Kevin is, go to the halfway house and see who the hell picks her up. Tiffany is bad to the bone. She's juggling these men. Man. That's the end of Tiffany and Kevin. Next up is Indy and Harry. We see Indy and Harry. They are outside of his sister's Lydia's house. And Indy is giving this grown-ass man instructions on how to be a human. How to treat another human. She says, listen to her. Listen to your sister. Be humble. Bite your tongue. He doesn't know that's what he needs to do. His sister's doing him a favor. Be humble. Be nice. Be kind. Speak to her. Treat her with respect. Someone has to tell you to do this? Wow. So they get into Lydia's house, and Indy apologizes to Lydia for not calling her and letting her know that they were going to be late coming back to the house the night she picked Harry up from the halfway house. So Indy asks Lydia if she can still stay at her house. And Lydia said, yeah, you can stay, but I need to speak with Harry. So Indy exit, and Harry in his confessional said he thought everyone would be more considerate of him and make him feel comfortable. What? What's he talking about? Everyone needs to be considerate of him and make him feel more comfortable. Harry, you committed a crime. You kidnapped somebody, you put a gun in their face, and you forced them to the ATM. You robbed them, and then you forced them to go to the ATM to give you more money. And then you went to jail for your crime. Why should somebody make you feel comfortable and be considerate of you? Did you make this victim comfortable? Did you make him be considerate? Were you considerate of him and his family and his finances? This man worked hard for his money, and you're forcing him to go to the ATM to take money out? You're holding him at gunpoint, forcing him to go to the ATM to take money out? This man probably has family, has bills, and you weren't considerate of him and his family. He wasn't comfortable being forced to go to the ATM to take out money. He wasn't comfortable with a gun shoved in his face and being robbed. So why the hell should anybody make you feel comfortable and be considerate to you? What is wrong? Ooh. You know what? So Harry sits down with his sister Lydia, one-on-one, and she tells him that she doesn't like the way he talks to her. She tells him that he is here in her house because he needs to be there in her house, not because she needs him there. So true words have never been spoken. Harry, you need your sister Lydia. This is where you are paroled to, her house. Be respectful. Treat her kindly. What part of that don't he understand, don't he get? I don't understand. I don't get it. These people mentality, they want everybody to cater and bow down to them, but they just want to run around and do what the hell they want to do. I don't get it. But anyway, Harry tells her that he didn't make plans with them to stay up at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning cooking food for him. No, genius, you didn't tell them to do that because they miss you, they love you, they care about you. They wanted to welcome you home and make you feel good. It's not their fault that you wanted them to Indy to pick you up at midnight. Indy could have picked you up the next morning at around 6. You were supposed to be released either around midnight or around 6 a.m. and you choose midnight because you want to get out lickety split. And they, out of the kindness of their heart, wanted to welcome you home, so they stayed up late. I had to go to work the next day. Stayed up late, cook for you, to welcome and stay there to welcome you home. But instead, you want to go buy burgers for your buddies in the halfway house that you just met 2 months ago. Then he starts raising his voice. And she tells him to lower his voice. He said, well, you can raise your voice at me, but I can't raise my voice at you. She yelled at the top of her lungs, this is my house. This is her house, so she can yell all she wants, babe. This is her house. We're your house, Harry. We're your house. Then they go back and forth, back and forth. And Lydia is not allowing him to talk. And she's frustrated with him. I don't blame her. She's frustrated with him. She said, you keep talking about these damn burgers. It's not about the burgers. It's about you being disrespectful. Not calling her and saying, I'm going to go do this. I'll be there in a few minutes or whatever. You keep talking about, oh, I had to take the burgers to my homies in the halfway house. These people you just met a few months ago. Anywho. He gets so mad at her because she's not allowing him to talk. So he gets mad and he walks out of the room. And in the hallway, Indy and I think it was Lydia's daughter standing there, and he said, man, move out of my way. He tells them to move out of his way. I would have tripped him and make him fall flat on his damn face, bastard. So I guess he comes back into the living room to talk to Lydia. I guess the producers make him come back in there to talk to her. And he tells her, I know how to live with criminals, but I don't know how to live with you. Of course you know how to live with criminals. They're all men. They're all yelling and screaming and cussing and acting like wild animals. But you're in a house now with women and kids. You can't act that way, fool. You can't act that way. Idiot. You better figure it out is what you better do. Figure out how to live with these women and these kids. Figure that out. You're not living with men, criminal men anymore. Hardcore criminal men who rape, rob, steal, do all kinds of things, drugs, and you're not living with those people anymore. You're living with women and children, and you need to figure the hell out how to do that. It's simple. It's a lot simpler than living with those men. So she tells him the rules. She said, clean up, clean up after yourself, which is very reasonable, of course. Ain't nobody else going to clean up after you. Be respectful. That's a gimme. You are in my house. Respect me. Go to work. Of course, you got to go to work. I'm pretty sure your PO, it's a requirement. And it's a requirement for her, too, because you can't just sit around her house not doing anything while she goes to work. And she says, be home by 10. All reasonable. Me? I work. It's a pandemic, so I really don't go to the office anymore. I go maybe every once in a while, maybe every other Wednesday I go. But I work from 5 to 2. 5 a.m. to 2 p.m. I am always in the house. Even before the pandemic, I'm in the house. I hang out every once in a while on the weekends with my friends and, but the majority of the time, I'm in the house by 5 o'clock. On my way home from work sometimes, let me stop, get some food, go to the grocery store, get nails done, something. But the majority of the time, I'm in the house by 5 o'clock. So these are easy, simple rules. Easy rules. Not to Harry. Not to Harry. Harry's been in jail for 4 or 5 years? But he can't follow these little tiny rules? He said she wants a lot. That's what he said. He said, that's a lot. He said he may get in trouble again. He said he is who he is, and that's just that. What kind of mentality is that? So I guess he enjoys being in jail. He'd rather be in jail than do these simple, 4 rules? Simple 4 rules. Yeah. But he'd rather be in lockdown in prison with these men. These hard-earned criminal. He's crazy. So the next scene, Indy drops Harry off at his friend's house. Another guy he met in the halfway house. His bunk buddy in the halfway house. Name is Johnny. Means he's only known Johnny for a few months because he was only in the halfway house for a few months, maybe 3 months. So Indy drops him off and she tells him to behave himself like a child. She says, behave yourself and no hose. So they go into Johnny's basement apartment and they're talking about Indy. Harry's talking about how Indy has her daughter calling him Poppy Daddy. And I guess he doesn't like it. And Harry says he's overwhelmed. He got a girlfriend right off the bat and he has her child, calling him Poppy Daddy. He says he's overwhelmed. He says he's not ready for a wife, kids, and a picket fence. And he's young and immature and dumb. Of course he's not ready for any of that. And everybody knows this but Indy. Indy's the only one who wants to get married and have this perfect little family. Harry told Johnny that he cheated on Indy with someone in the halfway house. And he said, why would she forgive me of that? Why would she forgive that? And Harry, let me tell you, I have no clue why she would. I'm wondering the exact same thing. Why would she forgive him? Well, that's the end of Indy and Harry. Next up is Lacey and Antoine. We see Lacey. She is on her way to go meet up with Antoine's mother, Christy. She doesn't know what type of mood Christy will be in. So we see Christy. She's at a restaurant and she's waiting for Lacey to show up. And Christy looks out of it. I don't know if she's drunk, high, or both. What? I don't know. But she looks out of it. She's like, playing with her hair. She just looks out of it. So she orders a vodka with lemon. And she's just sitting there talking to the camera. People just looking, oh, she's high, drunk. I don't know what's wrong with her. She just doesn't look up to par. I don't know what's wrong with her. Drugs, alcohol, both. I don't know. So Lacey shows up and, you know, she says, hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? That's how they greet each other. And Lacey sits down at the table and Christy downs her vodka and lemon. She takes her little shot. And Lacey told the camera that when she first met Christy wasn't getting drunk. But slowly she started drinking more and more and more. And now she doesn't stop with the drinking. So they're at the table and Christy asks Lacey about her and Antoine. And Lacey told Christy that she and Antoine is going to live together and start a real relationship when he gets out of prison. So Christy tells Lacey that she is naive. She tells Lacey that Antoine is a monster in the streets. And that's why he's in prison. Now, for somebody who is out of it and looks either drunk or high, she knows what she's talking about. She knows exactly what she's talking about. She said her son is a monster in the streets and that's why he went to prison. He's bad to the bone. So then Lacey says, well, he hasn't been a monster to me. You have never had a relationship with him outside of prison. The only relationship she's had with him is him being behind bars. He's never been face to face with her in a relationship. She said he's never been a monster to me. Oh, he's never been a monster to you on a phone or in texting or a video chat or whatever. Okay, whatever. For the one that's drunk and out of it, she's speaking more sense than the one who's sober. I guess Lacey's just going to have to see for herself. So then Christy tells Lacey that Antoine is lying to her. What'd she say that for? Lacey, she wasn't having it. Lacey was like, what? Lacey, she didn't want to hear that. She didn't want to hear that. And she knows it too. But anyway, she gets up. She puts on her coat and she says, I'm an adult. And you're talking to me like a child. No, she wasn't. She's telling you about her son. She's telling you, my son is lying to you. That's what she's not treating you like a child. But Lacey, the truth, she knows the truth. She knows Anton is lying to her. She gets up, puts her coat on, and leaves out. And you know how I know that she knows that Antoine is lying to her? Because episode before that, she wrote a fake letter. She wrote a fake letter to Antoine pretending to be another girl. She knows she can't trust Antoine. She knows he is not loyal to her. But that was the end of Antoine and Lacey. Next up is Kayla and Martell. That's the last couple. I think that's the last couple. Yeah. All right. So we see them. They're still in the hotel room. She asked him, how was the sex? Why do they always ask, how was the sex? And she asks it on camera because she wants to hear on camera that it was good. Anywho, he said it was better than he expected. Martell puts all his prison clothes in the trash. But I think he should have kept the shoes. The shoes had to have been comfortable, right? I think I would have kept the shoes. Because I think they would probably have been comfortable. Anyway, so they leave the hotel and they're on their way to the halfway house. They have a 6-hour drive. On the drive to the halfway house, Martell keeps getting phone calls. All of his little friends on the outside realize that he's out, so they all blowing up his phone. And every single phone call he takes, he puts on speakerphone. He's like, "What's up, dude? What's up, my man?" And he's talking to them, and what's up, Kayla is driving, and she's kind of annoyed because she wants time with him. She don't want him talking to these other people. She wants to talk to him because she picks him up. She had sex with him. Now she got to drop him off at the halfway house. So she wants her time. So she's not really too thrilled that he's talking to these people on the phone and not talking to her. So they're calling to congratulate him for being out and everything. So he gets this one call, and it's from someone named Tay. And he doesn't put it on speaker. And she's telling him, "Who's that?" And he's not answering her. He's just talking to Tay. And she's like, "Put it on speaker." He's like, "No, this call does not need to be on speaker." I was like, "Oh? Wait a minute, you're in my car. You're my man. I just picked you up from jail. I've been rocking with you for 13 years while you've been in jail, and you not gonna put this call on speaker? Put that car in park. Either let me hear what's going on this call, or get out. You walk to the halfway house. How about that?" No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. But anyway, she told him to put the call on speaker, and he refused. So he said, "This call don't need to be on speaker." So then after he gets off the phone with this Tay, she wants him to get an app where she can track him. And he should just say yes, okay, fine. Because he's going to be in a halfway house. Where the hell is he going? There's nothing to track. So he should just say yes to avoid a disagreement. But he says, no, I've been in jail for 13 years. I've been tracked for 13 years. You ain't going to track me now. You were not tracked for 13 years. You were in lockdown in prison for 13 years. You weren't tracked. They knew exactly where you were. You weren't being tracked. What the hell? So he says, no. She goes, yes, we are getting the app, and that's on period. That's what she tells him. All right, so the next scene is they're pressed for time, and they want what's his name, Martell. I want to say Montel, but Martell wants to see his mom. So around the corner from the halfway house, they pull up, I think, in a parking lot, and his mom and niece meet him in the parking lot. They get to see him. They're hugging, they're talking, they're happy. She brought him food, and they're so happy to see him, and they're having a good time. They're taking pictures. And, it's a good little reunion with his mom. And he said, don't worry about me going back in there. They scared me straight. I'm not going back in there. And I hope so. He said they scared him straight, and he was not going back in prison. And I hope so, just for his mom's sake. Because people don't realize that when they go to jail, their families suffer. The mother, their kids. Those people suffer when they are in jail. But I don't think they see that. They think they're in jail and they're the ones that's suffering. Everybody suffers when your family member goes to jail. Everyone suffers. So Martell said, he told the camera that when he was in jail, he didn't need money from Kayla. That's a good thing. He didn't need any money from Kayla. He said his partners held him down, his mother and his female friends held him down. They all took care of him while he was in jail. I don't know about these female friends. They may be trouble for you. So Kayla, last scene we saw, Kayla drops him off at the halfway house. And that's the end of Martell and Kayla. This is the end of my review. I will be back next week with another one. Thank you for watching. Princess on a Pillow here. Bye.